Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're a first-time viewer, my name's Jeff Lanowski. Today, I'm in Sanford, North Carolina at Sandley Park, revisiting a trail called Freefall. Now, this is keeping with the theme of checking out some of my older Trail Boss videos. Last year, I went back to Wicked Hard, which was in Linwoods. This year, we're checking out Freefall. It's a really technical trail. It's got a pretty menacing sign. This trail is death by 1,000 cuts. There's nothing super difficult on here, but there's tons of little technical things that can give you a really hard time. So we're gonna revisit it. I'm gonna give you some tips on how to clean this trail. And you could also apply these to similar trails. And we're gonna go back and check out some of the more difficult sections and see if we can make them even harder. So let's check it out. It's been a while since I rode this trail, but I remember it being super fun and super technical. Trails like this are the perfect opportunity to work on your braking, trying to get yourself to not ride the brakes on technical bits. When it gets rough, that's the last time you want to use your brakes, but it's always so tempting to do that comfort braking. So as we walk this section of trail, a common mistake would be trying to meander around too much, trying to find the most perfect line. You can see there's well-worn in sections here where it zigzags between all these rocks and stuff like that. But if you look at this trail, the best line is going to be the straighter line that allows you to carry the most momentum, because with some momentum, a lot of these sections will be a lot less challenging. So that's my number one tip for you. Try to find the straightest line that allows you to carry the most momentum, because when you meander around on the trail too much, you're gonna get offline and you're gonna end up dabbing. There's so many nooks and crannies. You can use them as pump rollers. The less pedaling you can do, the better, because there's just more opportunities to hit your cranks on the ground. I think I remember this being out here in a steep roll down and a cool rock berm. Carry some speed. Oh, this wasn't here last time. Ooh. All right, that's new, and that adds a little tricky element. Let's see if we can make that a little bit more difficult. All right, the last time I rode this trail, this tree was not here, and it definitely adds an extra level of difficulty. So they cut out a notch. It makes it more difficult, but I think we need to make this even harder. So I'm gonna try to come around this turn and hop up this log where it's not notched out. And aside from this thing being waist high, chest high, that's gonna be hard. There's a whole different element that's gonna make it a lot more difficult. All right, so aside from the height of this log, the other thing working against you is the fact that this is uphill. You're coming into a rocky turn. You're gonna have to figure out a line through here. And then once I get to about here, I have to avoid this rock, and I basically have one bike length to make that jump. So it's gonna be really important to try to take a right line, not hit my handlebars on this tree, and get in one good crank so I can make that jump. All right, if you're enjoying this video so far, consider subscribing. And if I make this up, hit that like button. Let's give it a shot. I think I remember this next section being really awkward and tricky. Let's try to get through this the easy way and then see if we can make it a little bit harder. The last time I rode it, I thought about going over that rock. Let's check it out. All right, this is one of the trickier sections of the trail. So many different things to get your tires and cranks and derailleurs caught up on. So before I rode the high line down to the low line, in order to make this even more difficult, we're gonna go over the high part of the rock, come down here, ride on this little armored section, try to get both tires on this rock. So a little pivot through here, and then this is where it'll get quite a bit trickier. Last time, it was right through to about a 2-foot drop off. This time, we're trying to go up this rock, off the other side. Let's see how this goes. That was awesome. I feel like a lot of times these trails have almost like a harmonic resonance, meaning it has a speed that just feels right. When you push too hard, it just gets real clumsy, end up getting way more tired, making mistakes. The timing of everything gets tighter. This trail is really technical. When you ride at a good, steady pace, it just really feels so much better. All right, tech tip number 2. Now the first one was carrying momentum through these rock gardens is gonna help you out a ton, but on uphill or flat rock gardens, you're gonna run out of speed and you're gonna need to pedal. So my first tip is don't run too easy of a gear. The more pedal strokes you make, the more opportunity is to hit the ground, and that's gonna make you dab or fall. So don't run too easy of a gear. That way you get a little bit more distance out of each pedal stroke and it'll keep you going. The second tip is I like to stand on this stuff, but I don't want my seat dropped all the way down. When I have all that travel, I feel like it throws off my reference points. So I only drop my seat about an inch or two. It allows me to float over the seat. I know where it is. I can apply pressure to it when I need it, and it allows me to float over this stuff a lot smoother. Ooh, more trees fell down. Last time it was up and over. Now it's up and over twice. All right, remember in here, up to the left was the hardest part. And then you gotta set up for this rock. That went surprisingly well through here. And then up and over more rocks. Pretty relentless in here, man. Like I said, the more pedaling you do, more chances are to hit the ground. If you could pump that stuff, less pedals. Also, less energy. So keep you a little bit fresher, which never hurts. So remember those tips. You want to try to carry as much momentum as possible. Try not to spin too easy of a gear. And on those flat and uphill sections, just drop your seat a little bit. So you can sit if you need to, but you're mostly floating. So this trail isn't super long. It's definitely a decent workout as far as I know. That's the last real obstacle. So we should be kind of home free from here. All right. Revisiting that trail was a ton of fun, and it's even cooler getting out there 3 years later on my signature hardtail from Reeb, the Ridiculous. Handled it like a champ. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found those tips useful. If you're interested in some online coaching, I have a Patreon group. I'll leave a description in the link below. You can check that out. Make sure you're subscribed to catch any future videos, dig into the archives. That's it for now. Until next time, get out there and be a boss.